There's a lot of fear in this world, but there's one particular fear that seems to really get in the way and hold us back. Let's have ourselves a pocket sized pep talk, and I'll not only tell you the biggest fear out there, but how to help others past it.
A Pocket Sized Pep Talk, the podcast that can help energize your business and your life with a quick, inspiring message. Now, here's your host, Rob Jollis.
For over 25 years, I've asked audiences a simple question. What's your biggest fear? The question is asked not to depress my audiences or to place a dark cloud over the session that I'm about to conduct, but rather to expose these fears and ultimately work through them. The Book of Lists produced a rather famous collection of fears that surprised a few people when their top 5 turned out to be number 5, deep water, number 4, financial problems, number 3, insects and bugs, number 2, heights, and number 1, speaking before a group. Interestingly enough, speaking before a group was not only number 1, the next 4 on the list combined did not exceed the votes racked up by public speaking. For the record, death came in at number 7 on the list. However, nowadays, I contend that a few new fears have emerged and are making their way up the list. What's more, it's far more personally destructive fear, and I'm referring to the fear of change. This is a silent fear that not only haunts us all, the repercussions it leaves in its wake can be devastating. Think back in your life and how often you've been faced with a challenging decision to make. You no doubt weighed your options, and both logic and instinct presented you with a solution. Then you did what so many of us are guilty of doing. You did nothing. The fear of change not only overpowered your reasoning, it left you with a frustrating reminder when you finally did make the change. Your souvenir was this phrase that came out like a mantra. I wish I had done it sooner. So now that I've told you what's holding so many people back, let me tell you how you can move people, clients, family members, or friends past this fear of change. And it's not nearly as difficult as you might imagine. You need to ask questions and listen. The challenge becomes avoiding the temptation of telling someone what they should do and asking the right questions. These questions are questions directly aimed at the problem someone is experiencing and not the solution you'd like them to consider. For example, you may have a friend who's working in a dead-end job. Each time you meet, you get an earful of how unhappy they are. When you can finally get a word in, you tell them they should get a resume together and get out of there. This is greeted with a shrug of the shoulders and the words, "Yeah, I know." Fear of change is holding them back. Next time, try asking your friend to tell you more about the problem with a question like, what effect is this having on your family? In the end, the solution is the easy part. The hard part is staying put and getting someone to look deeper and deeper at his or her problem. By empathetically getting someone to look deeper at the problems that they're experiencing, you're not only helping them to problem solve, you're helping them to combat their fear of change.
Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, please rate and recommend it on iTunes, Outcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information on this show and Rob at jollis.com.